Be honest. How many times have you said, I'll start studying in 5 minutes? And then somehow, it's dark outside. One reel becomes 10. One YouTube video becomes 5. You grab your phone for a second, and suddenly half the day is gone. The worst part? It's not like you didn't care. You knew your exams were coming. You knew you had work to do. You wanted to study, but you just couldn't get yourself to start. And that's when I realized something. Maybe the problem isn't laziness. Maybe the problem is that we've made studying feel way harder than it needs to be. So I started looking into some Japanese study habits. And honestly, a few of them were so simple that I thought, there's no way this actually works. But the more I tried them, the more I understood why some students stay consistent even when they don't feel motivated. Kaizen, make it too easy to fail. The first idea is called Kaizen. It's based on one simple belief. Small improvements beat big promises. Most students say, today I'm finishing the whole chapter. Today I'll study for 6 hours. Today everything changes. And your brain immediately goes, absolutely not. So instead, try this. Tell yourself, I'm only reading 3 pages. Just 3. Not the whole chapter, not the whole subject. 3 pages. Because anyone can read 3 pages, even on a bad day, even when you're tired, even when you don't feel like it. And most of the time, 3 pages become 6, 6 become 10. But the goal isn't to do more. The goal is to start. The 5-minute trick. This next one sounds almost too simple. Instead of telling yourself, I'm going to study all evening, tell yourself, I'm going to study for 5 minutes. That's it, 5 minutes. No pressure, no giant commitment, just 5. Because your brain doesn't hate studying. It hates huge tasks. 5 minutes feels safe, and once you've started, you'll often keep going without forcing yourself. The phone parking spot. Now let's talk about the thing that's probably sitting next to you right now, your phone. Most people think they're distracted because they have weak self-control, but that's not always true. If a bowl of chocolate is sitting in front of you all day, eventually you're going to grab one. Your phone works the same way. So here's the challenge. Next time you study, put your phone somewhere you can't reach without standing up. A drawer, a shelf, another room, anywhere. Make distraction inconvenient. You'll be surprised how much focus returns when temptation isn't sitting beside you. Ikigai, remember why. The Japanese have a word called Ikigai. It roughly means a reason to get up in the morning. And honestly, this one hit me hard. Because whenever I didn't feel like studying, I would ask myself, why am I doing this? Not because I love assignments, not because studying is fun, but because I want a better future, a better career, more freedom, more opportunities. Sometimes remembering your reason is enough to get moving. The open book rule. Here's the weirdest one. If you don't feel like studying, don't study. Just open the book. Seriously, that's it. Sit there. Read the first line if you want. Because most of the battle isn't studying, it's getting started. Once the book is open, you've already won half the fight. Shoshin, give yourself permission to be bad. The final idea is called Shoshin, beginner's mind. And I think every student needs this. We don't start because we want everything to be perfect. We want perfect notes, perfect understanding, perfect results. But perfection is often just procrastination wearing a fancy disguise. You're allowed to be confused. You're allowed to make mistakes. You're allowed to get answers wrong. Every topper was once a beginner. Every expert started out clueless. So stop trying to be perfect. Just be willing to begin. If there's one thing I learned from these Japanese ideas, it's this. Consistent people aren't always more motivated. They just make it easier to start. They remove friction. They lower the barrier. They stop waiting for the perfect mood. So don't try all of these today. Pick one. Just one. Maybe read 3 pages. Maybe study for 5 minutes. Maybe move your phone across the room. Make it so easy that your brain can't come up with an excuse. Because success rarely comes from one massive decision. It comes from hundreds of tiny ones. And the first one can start today.